Hi boys and girls, today we are going to be creating a musical instrument collage called Picasso's Guitar, inspired by the artist Pablo Picasso. If you go onto your Flipgrid and discover more about this Cubist artist, you can see one of his famous paintings called Three Musicians. Listen to two read-aloud books. One's called Picasso and the Girl with a Ponytail, and also the second one's called When Picasso Meets Matisse. And like Picasso, when you listen to his read-aloud book, you'll learn to be brave and to let go. Paint how you feel, whether you're sad, happy, angry, or if you just want to paint something that you dream about, like Picasso. He said there can be no secrets in your artwork. So let's have fun. Let's create a Picasso guitar or your favorite musical instrument together.
To make your musical instrument collage, you'll need pencil, drawing paper, decorative paper, old sheet music, cardboard, yarn, markers or paint, scissors, and glue. In Picasso's artwork, you will see a lot of different musical instruments. Pick your favorite to make into a collage. I'm going to be making a Picasso guitar. I start by folding the paper in half, and now I look at the body of the guitar. What shape is it? And then draw that shape on half of your paper. Now I'm looking at other features the instrument may have. The guitar has a sound hole, so I need to make a circle. So I'm going to be using a cup to trace around to create half of a circle for the sound hole. A guitar has a long neck that holds the fretboard and the frets. So I'm going to be using a ruler to draw a straight line to create the neck of my guitar. On top of the neck is a headstock, which comes in all different kinds of shapes and also has 6 tuners on it. Underneath the sound hole is a bridge that contains string pegs and a saddle. I'll be creating this next. Once you have the basic shape of your instrument drawn and the parts that make up the instrument, then you can add fun extra details to your instrument. Once I have my instrument drawn, then I am going to cut it out. Leave the piece of paper folded in half and then cut around the outer edge of your instrument. Then you can unfold it and now you have a complete instrument. Musical instruments have holes in them that allows the air to flow in and out. In the center of my instrument is a sound hole. I'm going to keep my paper folded in half and then cut out this hole, creating a circle. Then I'm going to use a hole punch and cut and punch out the string pegs. If I open it back up, then it has that many holes on the opposite side. Once I have all my holes cut out and removed, then I'm just going to finish up any details that I may need to draw on the opposite side. If you look at an instrument, possibly from the front, side, or top, you may notice that one side looks like the other. This is called symmetrical balance. That's why you can take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and then draw only half of it, and the other side is going to look just like that side once you cut it out. My guitar's neck has a fretboard and frets. What you can do is take a piece of cardboard to make this. So if you lay your instrument on top of the cardboard and trace around it, and then you can cut this out, and once you have it cut out, you can peel off the top layer of the cardboard, revealing a corrugated lines underneath, which looks like the fretboard on a guitar's neck. I'm going to jazz up my piece of cardboard with some color. You can use Crayola markers, Sharpie markers, or paint. You can just take your marker and color the top edge of the cardboard, or if you want, use paint. I'm going to be using a sponge brush that I just dip in the paint and then brush over the top edge of my corrugated cardboard. You can color in details of your instrument with markers. I'm using a black Sharpie marker to color in the pick guard and the bridge. Have fun adding color to your instrument. Picasso loved painting, so I'm going to paint the outside of my instrument. If you don't have paint, you can use Crayola markers or Sharpie markers or colored pencils, whatever you got. But I have some paint, so I'm going to paint the body of my guitar with acrylic paint. When I painted over the Sharpie marker, I kind of liked the texture it left underneath. So I'm going to add a little more Sharpie to mine and then paint over the top of that. Once I have finished adding color to the body of my guitar and it's dry, I am going to glue on the neck of my guitar. With Elmer's glue, just put some on the neck, and then I'm going to use my finger to rub it smooth and blend the glue everywhere where I need it, and then I'm going to place my neck or corrugated cardboard on top. Behind your instrument, we will be making a collage. Pablo Picasso was one of the most important artists in the 20th century. One of Picasso's major inventions was collage. A collage is a piece of art made by sticking various different materials such as photographs and pieces of paper or fabric onto backing. Collages are so familiar to us today that it almost seems strange that someone invented it. But Picasso and his artist friend Georges Braque came up with this idea during their early work in a style called Cubism. The word Cubism sounds like it might be about cubes or blocks, kind of like Minecraft, maybe. But it is actually a style of art that was started by Picasso and his friend Georges Braque in France in 1907. Picasso wanted to try something really different in art, and he was less concerned with making something look really perfect and more interested in something deeper and more elemental. Picasso would look at an object, then try to abstract or simplify the object to its most important parts, and sometimes the resulting shapes would indeed look like cubes. But they may also look like triangles or other geometric shapes. What kind of shapes can you see in your instrument? One thing he really was interested in was being able to show the object from different perspectives at the same time, like the front, back, and the top all at once. So he would take many different segments of his simplified shapes and put them back together in a carefully crafted arrangement, kind of like a puzzle. Once you have finished arranging and creating your background shapes, then carefully glue them down. Since Cubism involved breaking images apart into simplified or even fragmented parts, collage allowed the artist to rebuild the design with bits of paper, like wallpaper, newspaper, sheet music, ticket stubs, labels, and even bits of string or wire or whatever, along with their drawings and paintings. Picasso liked making collages because he thought it was more interesting. He liked how he could play with the different shapes. If Picasso could give you a little bit of advice, he might say, learn to be brave and let go. Paint or make collages of how you feel, happy, sad, angry, filled with joy, or maybe even your dreams. There can be no secrets in your artwork. Have fun adding unique items to your collage, maybe even sheet music or your favorite song. What shapes do you see on your musical instrument? It might be kind of fun to cut these out and glue them to your background. Once you have your collage background glued down, then you'll need to attach your musical instrument. Just add a little glue to the back and place it on your collage. Some musical instruments have strings. My guitar has 6 strings. I'm going to be using yarn to make my 6 strings. I will need to measure my yarn. Place the yarn on your instrument and then however long you would like it to be, cut it off at that length. And then decide how many you need your instrument to have and make that many pieces of string. Once you have all your strings cut, then you'll need to attach them to your instrument. You'll do this by placing glue on your instrument and then place the string in the glue. Once your artwork is dry, share your beautiful musical collage with your friends and family.